Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv, Steve Fezzik here with an exclusive on betting good numbers and how pros do it. And no better time to do it than after this past Monday night. Let's get right to it and discuss what went down. All the time you hear pros bet numbers and handicappers pick games, and ideally you want to do both. You want to find a game that you really like, but why do you like it? You like it because you make the game a certain number, and the odd, then you take a look at the board. Let's say you make a game pick. If someone offers you +3 on the game, you don't care which side you're taking. You have value there. Such a game just happened, in my opinion, this past Monday night. And also a pro that knows a line's going to move, even if he disagrees with it, will bet it almost every time, knowing he can throw back in the other direction. This happened past Monday night on the side and the total. Carolina back in September. We made videos on this game. Carolina was getting 3.5 to 3 points. They were hosting New England. I talked about how improved Carolina was going to be. New England was having their problems. This was back when the Hernandez news was actually breaking, and made a recommendation, take Carolina +3. Turns out Carolina was even a little bit better than we thought that they would be. New England about what we expected. And early in November, the line was pick 'em. I went ahead and personally, I had bet Carolina +3.5, +3. I bet at pick on November 1st. Why? Because I really liked Carolina. I liked Carolina a little bit. I thought they should be a modest favorite. Made them like a 2-point favorite. But more importantly, I knew that that line was going to come higher. I knew Carolina was likely going to be the favorite in the game, and I could just get rid of it and go ahead and scalp out a profit or play for the middle. So we fast forward, and after they beat San Francisco, certainly that helped, but Carolina still would have been the favorite in the game. Carolina flops, a 2.5-point favorite, and I think we were pretty close to accurate to what my number would have been. Carolina laying 2.5. And now the money moves in on a Monday night favorite, and it goes to 3. Well, at that point, when I had the correct number at 2.5, I'm thrilled with my Carolina +3 bet over the summer. I like my Carolina pick bet that I have, and now I'm coming over the top and I'm playing New England +3 and actually got it at reduced vig in one place. And if you ask me, well, who do you like on this game? My response would be, what is the line that you're going to deal me? You deal me 4.5. I love the Patriots. You deal me pick 'em. I like Carolina. Carolina +3. I love Carolina. Same thing happened with the total. Faraway places. This game opened up at 43.5. One person, and I know who it is, played over 43.5. One got the winner because they were in the front of the curve. Total leaks higher and higher, and then the steam move comes in at 45. And then sometimes we're so concerned with the sharp money, and you see on my sports options screen, it says sharp money move on, wise guy move on over 46, to which I would respond, well, how wise could it be? You had all week to play over 44.5. You certainly could have played the opener at 43.5 or 44. That's not sharp. What they should say is money is on the Carolina New England over, and for all we know, somebody is setting up the screen so they can quietly play back under 47, a Billy Walters or someone else in off-screen markets at that point in time. And so here was a game where against the opener, I liked the over 43.5. Against the closer, I said, hey, at 47.5, it's an official play under. Never quite got there. South Point went to it. A couple other places here locally, but it settled back in 46.5, 47. Was just a lean under. But that's just the way that when we're betting, I hear this all the time. It's like, oh, these double-dealing touts, they go in both ways on games. And it's like, I assure you, anyone who bets for a living and who knows what they're doing has games, they bet both sides all the time. And when we're doing it right, we have great portfolios. There's been times I've actually played a game over 56 in college football and then played under 52 with weather changes that can occur, typhoons blowing in, and the like. Just such an example happened. Maybe you like the Baltimore-Chicago game to go over back when it was 45. Well, if you got the weather forecast, you knew that total was going to come plummeting downwards, and you needed to rush to the window and go ahead and play under. And here's another example. We had 3 weather games. We had the Pittsburgh-Lion game. We had the Cleveland-Cincinnati game. We had 4, actually, Buffalo-Pittsburgh, and, of course, that Bear game where you had totals drop in 5 points. And then on the morning of the game, you hear sharp money on the under. No, it's not sharp. Those weather reports were out there. Maybe the weather was a little more severe than what we thought. But the truth is, the pros aren't jamming in Cleveland, Cincinnati under 40.5. They're not jamming in Buffalo under 40. They're waiting for everyone who's late to the game to push that number even lower, and then they're going over 39 because they've got under 45 in their portfolios. And the key here is you want to be in the front of the line. You want to get the news as quickly as possible. Like a stock, you want to go ahead and buy it low, you want to sell it high. And so you hear about weather, you want to get to it first, and you want to just ram and jam as fast as possible. Same thing with these moves on these sides, happens all the time. I guess most recently, just with that Carolina game, you could lay it all the way up from 0 to -2.5, because you know it's going to go to 3, and at that point you can go ahead and get rid of it profitably. So just that's the way that pros bet and make money at this. Sometimes people get a little discouraged because they're like, well, I just want to hear about the right side. It's a myth. It's a lie. People say you got inside information. They absolutely love this game. It's a 2-touchdown winner. Bullshit. It's not a 2-touchdown winner. There's a correct number on a game, and it can be off by quite a bit. 3 points, 4 points, so you have solid value. That's about it. So when you get a huge line move, when in doubt, fade the line move at post. Don't try to back it taking a really terrible number. Thanks for being with us at pregame.tv, and we are going to jump into our football handicapping. Stay with us, pregame.tv.